I matched with this guy named Mark on a popular dating app. He seemed charming, had a great smile, and we had a lot in common. After chatting for a few days, we decided to meet up for coffee. The coffee date went well. We talked for hours and even planned a second date. The next day, Mark sent me a text asking if I wanted to come over to his place for dinner. I was a bit hesitant but agreed, thinking it would be a more relaxed setting to get to know each other better. When I arrived at his apartment, everything seemed normal at first. He had cooked a lovely dinner, and we were enjoying a glass of wine when I excused myself to use the bathroom. As I was washing my hands, I noticed something odd in the mirror's reflection: a small, barely noticeable camera lens peeking out from behind a picture frame. My heart raced as I realized there might be more cameras hidden around the apartment. Trying to stay calm, I returned to the living room and made an excuse to leave, saying I wasn't feeling well. Mark looked disappointed but didn't try to stop me. As soon as I got home, I blocked him on the app and his number. I never heard from him again, but the thought of being watched without my consent still haunts me to this day.
I had been talking to a woman named Sarah for about a month on a dating app before we finally decided to meet. She was funny, intelligent, and seemed like someone I could really connect with. We agreed to have dinner at a nice restaurant downtown. Sarah arrived a bit late, but when she did, she looked just like her pictures. We had a great dinner, laughing and talking about everything under the sun. After dinner, we went for a walk by the river. It was a perfect evening until she received a phone call. She apologized and stepped aside to take it. I waited for about 10 minutes, then started to get worried. I walked towards the direction she had gone, but found no trace of her. I called her phone, but it went straight to voicemail. I checked the app, and her profile was gone. It was as if she had vanished into thin air. I reported it to the police, but they found no record of her, no ID, no address, nothing. To this day, I have no idea who Sarah really was or what happened to her.
I was scrolling through a dating app when I came across a profile that made my blood run cold. It was a guy named James, and he looked exactly like my ex-boyfriend, Michael, who had died in a car accident 2 years ago. The resemblance was uncanny: the same smile, the same eyes, even the same birthmark on his cheek. Curiosity got the better of me, and I swiped right. We matched almost immediately. I sent him a message, and we started talking. James seemed nice enough, but there was something off about him. He knew things about me that I hadn't mentioned on the app: details about my family, my favorite places to go, even my cat's name. Feeling creeped out, I asked him how he knew so much about me. He laughed it off and said he was just good at guessing. I decided to end the conversation and unmatched him. A few days later, I started receiving messages from an unknown number. The texts were eerily familiar, referencing memories and inside jokes that only Michael and I had shared. Panicked, I went to the police, but they couldn't do much since the messages weren't threatening. I changed my number and deleted all my dating apps, but I still get the occasional message from an unknown number, always signed off with "Love, Michael." It's like he's still out there, watching and waiting.